Now we are going to begin to explore adding audio to your web page. So at this point, I'm going to make an assumption most of you know how to get and or do basic edits to get MP3 or OGG files, audio files. So if you're not aware of, or you haven't already been using Adobe Media Encoder, you might want to start checking this program out. It's really useful for converting files from one format to another, and also basically doing simple edits as far as length of either video or audio. So I'll be posting videos on how to use the tools that I'm going to show in this video. You're just going to have to look for them in the exercise. All right, so definitely you want to check out Adobe Media Encoder. And let's see, let me go ahead and hide this. You're also likely you're probably going to convert an MP3, or you can easily get an MP3, but you would probably, or you will probably want to also convert your MP3s to OGG. So you could download Audacity. Audacity is a free audio software program, open source, which works on a Mac and a PC. So basically, if you were to open up your MP3, or if you had an OGG and you needed to convert to MP3, you can. But my point is, you can use a program like Audacity, open up your MP3, and then basically just do an export, and there you go. You can export to an OGG, or if you had an OGG, you could export to MP3. One of these two, okay, or actually it's best to have a version of your audio in both formats, both MP3 and OGG. Okay, so all you'd have to do is find your file, download Audacity. There's tutorials for it. It's pretty simple to use. If you have other resources, excellent. The important thing is that you have some audio files to work with. So I'm going to hide Audacity here, and then we'll just take a quick look. And the files I'll be working with will be in my media folder. And I tend to place videos and audio in a folder called media in my root level. And I have Bensound short MP3 and then Bensound short OGG, which I'll use in the demo. All right, so this is pretty straightforward. If we go to our code, first thing I want to do is matter of fact, let's go back. And I'm going to add a player right down here at the bottom of my lyrics for right now. Now you can position the player anywhere, just place the player inside of an element and then position that element and add whatever styles you like. We're going to keep this really simple. So our player is going to be here at the end of our lyrics. So let's find that area, which is right here. And if I go to W3 Schools, or you could find other resources, but basically you could do a search for the html5 audio, and likely you'll come up with W3 Schools. Okay, so you could literally just copy, and we'll go back, and we can paste in. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and fix my formatting here just a little bit, like so. All right, so we have our audio element. Right now the default is we are saying show the controls for the audio. Then we have our initial source. You notice that this is an open or an empty element. We do not have to close source with a / source. So they're loading their OGG first, then they're loading their MP3, then they're basically having your browser does not support the audio tag, if it's an older browser and it just doesn't even know what the HTML5 audio element is, then the user will be told they're not supported. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my audio files. So the first one would be the OGG. So let me grab it here. And I'll just replace this placeholder. Matter of fact, it's the OGG. Like so. Now I'll get my MP3. I just have my files on one of the class servers. So let's go ahead and add our MP3. And then you'll notice also we need to call out the type of media which we're loading, in this case an audio file and or an MPEG, and if we're loading a video file. All right, let's go ahead and just place a comment in here also, so it's easy to see where we are. All right, perfect. Wrong kind of comment. Let's fix this here real quick. That was a JavaScript comment. All right, there we go. Then we'll go ahead and save. Let's just take a quick look and see what we have. Okay, so there is our player. I'm going to go ahead and also include just a script to position this element. All right, so when I say it's not a script but a style, so we'll go back and let's go ahead and scroll up to the top and just think about where is the best place to move this. And while I'm doing this, let me find something real quick here. I believe I made a change. Okay, let me pause the video and then queue up the area that I changed before I forget to point this out. All right, here we go, the main element. So from a previous demo, probably from build 10, I had the height set to 62.5 rem. And now that I'm going to begin adding content to the lyrics as far as audio, then what I want to do is comment out the 62.5, the absolute height in this case, and I'm going to set my height to auto. This way, as I add more content to where the lyrics are, that area will adjust correctly. Okay, so let's go ahead and scroll down and let's find our section P, and then our astronaut, and here we go. Right before the footer, I'm going to go ahead and target the audio element, which we just added to the HTML, and I'll just add my rule right here. So we're going to target our audio element. We're going to set our position to relative. I'm going to set a width, a height, and then I'm going to use some margin on the bottom, and I'm going to add some z-index. Now I already know my element shows up, but just in case I have other elements like that planet down in the footer, I might have elements which are over the top, or maybe we want them behind, but I'm just going to make sure that my audio element comes forward, and I'll set a higher z-index. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this little extra space, and we will save. And let's go ahead and reload our page, and we should have our audio file, and you'll notice we now have additional room at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the audio level down here a little bit, and then let's see if our file is in fact playing. And it is. Okay, and we can stop, we can obviously forward, and then the default player is kind of nice because it gives you the ability to download the MP3 also. All right, so there you go. Adding an MP3 and an OGG audio file to your page. The basic way to go about this, to where you have the player, okay, the default player. Now, in the next video, what we're going to do is we're going to begin to style the player.